Right, correct.
So I just want to clearly, yeah. And also I do the things that are, I have goals, right? So I do things that are going to
Correct.
help me accomplish my goals. So,
Actually, I was having the
um,
same discussion 2 minutes ago with Mr. Sami, who is also based in Los Angeles and runs a Chalfu International. And we mentioned about indigenous people, and he was asking me all the same questions because he says, Mufaddal, when we are talking about enrolling so many people, 2 billion mothers,
right,
and all
right.
that money comes in, into
Yeah.
one account or something like that. I mean,
Yes.
a lot of people will be asking questions, what is
Yes.
this and what is this money for and how these things are. So we have to be very, very careful in terms
Yes.
of structuring everything properly. So
Right.
if it's an NGO, it's an NGO which is recognized, registered properly. If it's a for-profit company, then, we need to make sure that, we understand each and every program very, very clearly. And we should be able to, do everything legally and ethically and make sure that we understand the law properly. So
Right.
that was his
So,
concern. And,
right. So for us, let's just continue with that, but I have other questions as well. For us, we can receive money internationally. We
okay.
just have to ensure we have to ensure that what I do is I go to the bank and I tell them beforehand,
Mhm.
because we do receive money from Europe and the US, and
Everywhere, right?
we, yeah.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yes. So we've never received money from Pakistan or India,
Mhm.
for that matter, from Africa. Usually Europe and US seems to
Mhm.
be, now that I recall that. So we've gotten money from recognizable organizations like Facebook, Google, obviously the Canadian government, but that doesn't really count.
Mhm.
Um, Ontario government. Um, so we're used to receiving money, I guess is what I'm saying.
Wonderful.
For and usually, even though they're recognizable, I go in and I speak with the bank manager and I say, okay, we're doing this project. Here's the amount.
Mhm.
Here's what it's for, and here's what's going to be coming in on a regular basis. And they also call me whenever there's activity, because
Okay.
I want to make sure that we always keep,
Correct.
we don't want any issues.
Mhm.
We'd rather not have any money than have issues.
Exactly, exactly. Then issues, right?
So
Exactly.
yeah, so we can so you uh, so so we can receive money, I guess is what I'm saying. So but it depends on how much are we talking. Is it on a per month basis? Like how would it work?
So
But let's define, let's
I mean, just what we can do is this. I think I like not to reinvent the wheel and everything. If your organization is able to get all the incentives and everything, whatever we are talking about, it's established, base to all do all the work which we are trying to do in terms of launching Gamba program, in terms of receiving TQLMA club membership. So we simply sign a joint venture agreement between your organization and our, SAMS TQLMA Global. And we don't need to register our company because your company can handle everything in North America or globally.
yeah, but that I was more going to be focused on the climate smart
Right,
gardens.
exactly, exactly.
Oh, okay. So we
We are
wouldn't
talking
be
about
looking
exactly
at
the
the
same thing.
whole.
What we are saying is this, okay, 2 billion
Okay.
mothers, 2 billion mothers needs to be
Okay.
enrolled in Gamba program, right? 5,300 PGC. Okay, then we are talking about
Mhm.
receiving TQLMA club membership. Everybody becomes a TQLMA club member. That's a money which is coming into our account. Okay, and that goes into our for-profit account, not a non-profit account. Okay, so the Gamba and the TQLMA club membership is for-profit account. It goes into that account, and then all the other donations, everything else which community foundation is raising, and everything else comes to non-profit. Now, in our not-profit, we are doing gold business also, right? So 0.5% of all the gold sales which we will do to anybody, I've dedicated that to a non-profit, and then that will come to our non-profit account. So that's a seed capital to build all these Wheel of Life farm schools and everything. So I think with that situation in mind, what I will do is I will share the recording of this. I will share your contacts also with Sami, and said, okay, this is the platform which we have available. And that's how we will be, doing it in Canada. And then if we want to duplicate the Canada model in USA, since he is based in Los Angeles and we want to do the project in USA also, so we can duplicate the same model in USA also. Does that make sense?
So let's talk about the details first. So far, it's always, we can agree, but it depends on how the banks look at it. I would go to them and speak with them and say what's the best way. So they're always hesitant when it's a foreign organization because of the US, because they, we're under the Patriot Act as well. So, there has never been a problem. So I'll tell you that, but in this world, one doesn't know. So I don't anticipate a problem. So it all depends on how much. So what type of numbers are we looking at, and what kind of goal and tasks are we looking at?
Well, the goals and tasks.
So 2 billion mothers.
2 billion mothers is the target which I've set based on those are the number of mothers available today. Okay, now yesterday I had a very long discussion.
And is that worldwide? Is that worldwide?
That's worldwide. Okay, 2 billion mothers are worldwide. Okay. So that's a goal we have set, that we want to enable all the mothers. So mother actually maintains the family, and that way we can reach all the families of the planet. All right. Now, what we are saying is this. Yesterday with Professor Tony, he shared a diagram which was a mushroom, and he said, Mufaddal, 80% of the resources of the world are being utilized by 10% of the people. Okay, and those 10% lives in North America. Okay, and they are blaming everybody else that they are the problem, and they are not blaming themselves. Okay, so that was a mushroom shared, and I gave him a good news. I said, well, Dr. Tony, Professor Tony, you made my life easy, because now I'll be focusing on really making the mothers of North America and Europe the owner of my Wheel of Life Farm School, so that that model can then be duplicated globally, because everybody duplicates what happens in Europe and North America. So I think that makes my life easier. So now the focus is this, that we actually enable all the families, mother means families, right? Mothers means there are children associated with every mother. Okay, so every mother.
Yeah. And so that's the focus. Hello?
Yeah, I think the connection was getting disturbed. Please repeat what you were saying just now.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sure. So I think I just missed what you just said. The last comment. So if what we are saying is this, that if we can now enroll all the mothers in our Gemba program,
okay,
and whatever qualification they have, okay, what we are saying is this is beautiful. Whatever qualification they have, they can enroll in our program. Okay, and Professor Tony, and he committed this, that he is going to make sure that they are trained in climate smart agriculture and climate smart technology, so they are able to operate these Wheel of Life farm schools, wherever they are living in their community. So that was the beauty of the whole thing, that localization is like that, and then that model can then be duplicated globally. So what we are talking about is this, that all the money matters will be handled.
So just let me get a couple of things.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask you a couple of things before we get into it. So just to clarify my understanding, because there's the Gamba program is for universities, correct?
Actually, it was developed for 4-year graduates. It was developed for 4-year graduates. People who are 4-year graduates can join the master's program. But now, because of the, since we are talking about enabling everybody, So we sort of extended that program into a way that everybody can join the program. It's 5,300 PGC or $10,600, you know, and then everybody at any qualification level, a child is born can join the program, because the lifetime education is 10,600 Canadian dollars one time. And we will make sure that that child gets educated, because we are making money, right? They are all working in parallel. They are not just studying, they are working also in parallel in our Wheel of Life Farm School. So they are generating their income. And obviously that's their investment which they are doing. And you know, we will give them the return on investment and meet all their educational and housing and every other requirements from the profits. So this is the beauty of the whole program. So we extended that. Everybody can join Gamba, okay? And everybody will be educated, whatever level they are at. You know, we look at the level they are at, and they will be educated in Wheel of Life Farm School or the university or college, whatever level they are at, because we are setting up our departments of climate smart entrepreneurship in all the university campuses. And all university campuses will also have the campus of Wheel of Life Farm School. So it's a preschool to PhD level of education, which we are providing to everybody. That's a model. Very, very innovative, very, very disrupting, but this is it. I mean, if we do that, then
So if it's 10, if it's 10,
yeah, 10,600 Canadian dollar or 5,300 PGC.
If we get to, coin. Yeah. So if it's 2 billion people going to take that course, do you have that kind of money?
Yeah, that's the money which is available to us.
So 10 billion, 10.
Right? 2 billion mothers. Okay. Let's focus on mothers.
Because that's a lot of money. Like
a lot of money.
2 billion times 10,000.
Right, a lot of money.
Okay.
Yes.
But 5%, 0.5%, you have $100 billion to pay for this?
Exactly. This is exactly what we are talking about. 0.5% of the gold sales, because we are converting this immediately into gold, and those gold sales, 0.5% will be coming to our, NGO to build these, as a seed capital, to build these farm schools. That's what we have dedicated as a for-profit company. My company has dedicated that, right? So this is what we are giving. It's wonderful, I mean, the situation is like this, okay?
I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to, like, I've done a lot of projects. Sorry, you keep going out in and out.
Yeah, I know. Connection is a little disturbed, but I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out, first of all, is Lloyd not doing this already?
Yeah, Lloyd has been working with Lloyd for last 5 years, on the same things. And he was actually pulling out my emails, 3 years ago. He says, Mufaddal, you are really talking about the same thing you talked to me 3 years ago. But actually Lloyd, and the problem with Lloyd is this, Lloyd is an employee mindset person, okay? He always asks me, what salary are you going to pay me? So I told him, please don't talk to me about salaries, because I create entrepreneurs. I don't like employees, okay? So I'll give you a directorship of, our company in Canada, and directorship is million PGC. And if you don't have a million PGC, I will offer you as a Kardanasna, because you are contributing that much to the project. Okay, and we are making money. We are talking about $5 trillion a year of climate smart food business. He knows that. He has all the details about it. And he has changed everything. He became from biochar person to a climate smart food person, because he realized the potential. Climate smart food actually is my project, because when I started working with Energym University and Lloyd, they were talking about energy, and they were talking about all the things, what Lloyd is doing, right? But then I introduced the food in the system. Climate smart food is my area, because I'm a food scientist. Okay, halal food is a $2 trillion a year industry. So now they realize the potential, that how much potential food has.
Right.
So everybody's
Well,
focusing on that.
he didn't introduce me to it. I've been doing it for 11 years.
I know,
So,
I know, exactly. So I now consider you basically and Dr. Tamara, this lady, Mariam Khan, as the sort of a leaders who can really make this thing happen, because, it is doable and it's a win-win situation for everybody.
So, so let's go back to the Wheel of Life program. So the role I want to play, I have climate smart victory gardens that want to expand, and because it's about entrepreneurship, right? Social entrepreneurship. And I do agree that I don't want employees. I don't want people depending on me. I want people to come up with solutions.
Correct.
Right. It's
exactly.
It's so right now, how our model is, maybe that's where we should start. Our model is that I do the initial consultation. They tell me what their challenges are from their community. So it's very locally based. It's from the community, but you have someone that is the lead that I deal with. They deal with their community. I mean, I don't look at their minutes or anything like that, because that's their work.
There's their agent.
Yeah. So they write a plan, usually 1 to 2 pages, that's it, about what it is that they've consulted on, what the community wants, and what their model would be. So for example, in Tanzania, it turned out that the biggest focus was going to be health.
Right.
Because they had to address a specific issue, though. The specific issue wasn't overall health and well-being, it was child blindness.
Correct.
So we focused on that through food, but they had to generate an income. So we decided that we would choose the food that has vitamin C, for example, because and vitamin D, because that helps with blindness. That doesn't displace the medical component of it. It just was a focus.
Correct.
So then they have to do a farming technique and choose a minimum of 3 vegetables. They are obviously should choose all the Victory Garden vegetables, but we start small and work toward it. And they sell the vegetables, and that's how they start to generate income.
I understand the complete Victory Garden. You made a presentation and everything, right? Now, my question is this, okay? What I'm suggesting is this Victory Garden concept has been perfected by you. You're already executing it, okay? A planning has been done. You are executing it completely. Now, what we are talking about is we have a community now, to give you an example, we have a community now in Sierra Leone, Daru, who needs, people are dying, 500 people are dying because of water issues over there, all right? So now what we are talking about is this, that if we can identify these communities and we say, okay, we will build this Victory Garden in that community, and this Wheel of Life Farm School is part of the Victory Garden, and all 17 SDGs will be demonstrated over there, which covers everything. That's what we want. So we expanded. You are global. You are not local. You are just not focusing on Canada. You're focusing on global.
Yes.
Okay. So what we say is you are not working with.
We have one in Tanzania. We have a project in. No, because we were focusing with community.
Right. Communities, right? So what we are talking about is actually is a perfect model, because you go out and search for all the communities.
So our
globally.
Project in Tanzania.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You went in and out for a second, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. I can hear you.
No, I said you went in and out for a second. I didn't hear the question.
So the question was this, that, okay, if you can identify all the constrained communities, communities, it is your focus. We set up our Victory Garden and Wheel of Life Farm School over there in that community. And my question was this, that Daru is currently having a problem of water. 500 people are dying every day because of their health issues. So we say, okay, we will set up the Victory Garden over there in Daru. Okay, in that Victory Garden, we will also have a Wheel of Life Farm School, and then all 17 SDGs will be demonstrated. In that, healthcare center is there, everything is there, self-sustaining, every family will be enabled to make and generate income and everything else. So that's how a self-sustaining community can be developed.
So yeah. So tell me the components of the farm school. I know I've read it, but I want to hear from you to
Simple.
see if it actually can
Very,
be.
very simple.
I mean,
I would
yeah.
definitely like you to go over every slide of Dr. Paul Olivier, but I will summarize it. Okay, the farm school concept is this, that, okay, we use climate smart agriculture in an area of something like 1,000 square meters minimum. Okay, that's a minimum area for a farm. Okay, farm school 1 acre, because we need the school facility also integrated with the farm. So in this Wheel of Life farm, we use climate smart agriculture to grow all food ingredients which are needed in a restaurant to operate. Okay, so there is a 724 restaurant also linked. So if the food is grown, it is cooked, okay, and it is served. So there is no waste created, because nothing goes outside. Everything happens in that facility. And then that food is served to all the families, and the restaurant is open 7/24. So whoever comes into that restaurant can enjoy the food, whether they have money or not. Everybody becomes TQLMA club member to get the members price. And then, if they don't have the money, they will work in our farm school to earn the money. So we are not refusing food to anybody. Everybody gets the food. Okay, so that's a food component. The healthcare center will make sure that all climate smart healthcare, which is preventive healthcare, is provided. So the community actually becomes self-sustaining, that if they don't get anything from outside, they will be producing their own power, they will have their own water, and they will have their own healthcare facility. To 100% self-sustaining community. If we are given a desert land, we can do it over there also. So that's the whole idea. And now we are integrating with this Wheel of Life Farm School concept developed by Dr. Paul Olivier with Pyrapod, which is being done by Richard Nelson in terms of technology. And then Kane Telford is a gentleman who has developed the technology of making lightweight, disaster-proof homes. Okay, so that technology is available to us. So that gives us a win-win situation. And the disaster-proof homes are made from plastic waste and agricultural waste. So we first eliminate all the waste also from the system. Okay, and then can transform them into these homes. And then that community which we are building becomes a self-sustaining community, and that's it. So your role would be to identify globally these communities,
so
and we do Victory Garden over there. That's it.
So who pays for the infrastructure?
That's what we are saying. We are now, what I am as a consultant, as a professor, everything, I'm enrolling everybody into TQLMA club member with two Canadian dollars, 1 PGC, right? So I have access to them. They can access me. They will get all my services, which I offer them at a member's price. Guaranteed lowest price. Nobody will be refused. Source of income for us. As a consultant, we are making money. Gemba program, lifetime education, join with 10,600 Canadian dollar or 5,300 PGC, source of income. Okay. And then it's like a Sam's Club. Okay. Sam's Walton, Walmart, you go to the Walmart, always low prices, you will get good food and all other items at a regular price. Okay, pay $100 or something like that as a membership for Sam's Club, go to Sam's Club warehouses, buy everything wholesale. Same concept. I'm not reinventing the concept. TQLMA club member, you get everything at wholesale price. Okay, you get gold at 2% discount below wholesale price. Okay, so that way you make your life more comfortable, in terms of living, inflation free, because every currency is inflationary prone. Okay, so and that's what our main driving force became, source of income. for us. And then we are giving to everybody the food, whether they have money or not, is social entrepreneurship. So we are building these Wheel of Life farm schools everywhere. Okay, so everybody enjoys the good food, whether they have money or not. And 0.5%, of all the gold sales, which I'm talking about, became a driving force. Roy calculates, okay, 300 kilogram gold, which I'm trying to get from, Liberia. A lot of gold scams are there, so you have to be very, very careful, in terms of doing gold business. So that's why we are directly linked with the miners. We are building these Wheel of Life farm schools in the mines also of Africa, right? So they are directly, we get the gold from the mines, we refine it in our gold refineries, okay, and sell the holochain gold to everyone. Jewelers, mothers, everybody can buy at 2% discount. And then that's their, extra business. Jewelry making, anything else you do with gold, whatever needs to, happens with the gold now can be done not by jewelers only, but by everybody. So that's a model, and that's a driving force behind everything. Okay, so
Yeah,
that's
I like
that's a
it.
focus.
I
Okay,
don't think I have the time to do it.
no. Fund is not an issue at all.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, John,
No,
fund
what
is
I'm
not an
saying
issue
is,
at all.
what I'm saying is, I've got. Yeah, no, I'm not worried about that. What I'm saying is, this takes someone, like, it would take a significant, like, I would have to do my research on the Wheel of Life, how it's going to work. Like, it's, I've done a lot of project implementation, and it never as easy as it sounds, especially if you're dealing with community.
Actually,
And
what we are saying is this, Joan. You are like me, okay? And what I'm telling now is everybody is that please don't question anything. Let's just do it. Maybe it will fail. Maybe the first model will fail. It might not work, but at least we have tried. Okay, so whatever Dr.
yeah,
Olivier has created, we want to just try it. Whatever Richard is creating, I'm not questioning it. All the people are questioning it. Michael Rendler is questioning it. Dr. Tony is questioning it. Your envelope will not work. It's not going to work. Stuff like that. Thermodynamics doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. So I'm said, okay, put your wisdom behind, become illiterate for a time being. Don't question anybody's invention. Try it out. It will fail, right? If it fails, it fails. It didn't work. But we just
that's,
tried
to
it
be
out.
honest with you. For us to take the time to do it,
No, we
the
are not doing
inventor
it.
needs to
We are not doing
provide.
it. We are not doing it, Joanne. We are not doing it. Dr. Paul Olivier is going to do it. We are just
My
giving them the
model for
money. No, we are just giving them the money to
Yeah.
do it. That's it. And I'm
Yeah.
giving them 0.5% of my
I'll tell you
income
where
to try it
I'm
out.
at.
Enabling them, right?
We're going to have the education platform.
Right. So that's a platform. Joanne,
No,
I'm providing.
I'm not questioning any of that. I'm saying what I'm able to do. Okay,
right.
so
okay, go ahead. I don't want to change anything which you are doing. Okay. Look at it like this, Joanne. I don't want to change anything you are doing. You just try to figure out and add Wheel of Life Farm School in that community, and that's it. And I will build it. I will enable everybody else. I will finance it. Everything else I will do. But since your concept is wonderful, communities.
I'll take a look at the model in detail.
Right.
And then we can have another talk. How's
Definitely. That? Any question you have, and Dr. Olivier is
available.
It
will not be.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I won't be able to get to it before January because I have a lot on my plate. Correct. So maybe what we
have to do is this, Joanne. What we have to do is this, okay? You are a busy person. Everybody is. But what we are saying is this, that we actually put a system in place, which is fail-proof. We all agree on a system. This is how it's going to work. We want to use North America as a model, and we want to create this model in North America. Why? Because everybody looks at North America as a model to duplicate. So we try to do these models, give them that fail-proof systems, which they can duplicate in, everywhere. Now I'm utilizing all the American clout and everything I have to actually do the project in Pakistan. PNG, alumni is all with me because I'm a PNG manager. I was a PNG, alumni. So it's a huge company, fantastic company. So, I mean, we have got a good networking. Okay. I've got all the alumni of Wayne State University behind us, University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, and I'm sure all the university where you graduated from, and, IEEE and number of things, so I mean, it's in your umbrella. So when you speak, they listen. They don't question you. When I talk as a PNG manager, or when I talk as a UIUC graduate, and when I talk as a Wayne State graduate, people knows me. They listen to me. Says, okay, listen to him first, okay, and then question or argue about things, because we have done it. We have operated these companies, we have graduated from these schools, and we have performed. So now people should not be questioning us. So that's a level you are at.
So
that's a level I am at. That's a level Dr. Olivier is at. That's a level Ken Telford is at. That's a level Richard Nelson is at. This is our team.
Well, like I said, I will look at it, see how I can implement it, and,
Sure.
and get back to you. How's that?
Please.
Is that
Perfect.
fair?
Perfect.
Because
Let me know.
I have to see if it aligns with,
exactly.
See how it aligns, and I'm honest, if I'll give you feedback. How's that?
Sure thing. Sounds good. And I only need your help only
Okay.
with, in collaboration with Dr. Tamara and Mariam Khan. Just say, okay, I'm going to facilitate enrollment of, this 2 billion mother program. And I'll focus on mothers of Europe and North America. So with that, I mean, a lot of boost will happen. And it's a good team. Dr. Tamara, yourself, and, Mariam Khan working very hard in Pakistan. Let's form this triangle and let's get this people enrolled, mothers enrolled. 2 PGC, okay? 2 Canadian dollar, 1 PGC to start with. So that also is talking about, a couple of $1 billion in our pocket immediately.
Yeah, well, I had to look at if like I said, what I'm saying is I have to look at if it is in, our messaging and our target group as well. So
exactly.
I will look at it and if it's something that I just think it can work, I'll say it.
Sure.
If I don't think it can work, I'll say it as well. How's that?
Sure thing. I'm perfectly fine with it. I love your concept.
All right.
I love your drive. I love your victory garden, and I will support that project in any way I can. I'm available as a funding source. Okay. I mean, I don't want to change anything which you are doing.
Like I said, I'm talking to you because I think,
okay. It is doable. Okay. So let's put our energies together and collaborate and move forward. Okay, I will share this recording.
Like I said, I'll look at it.
I will share this recording with also Sami. So Sami gets an introduction about yourself, and then you guys can also interact regarding financial matters, and they specifically about your agenda of indigenous people.
Well, like I said, yeah, that will be great. Because
we'll help them out. Positively, we will help them out.
The project. So, okay, that sounds wonderful.
Okay, all right.
And if willing to help with you implementing your project, just always remember that. So.
We will do that, and I think we are doing it also with a situation that whatever inputs we are putting it, we are also getting rewarded. Okay, so as a consultant, as a professional, so the reward is there for both of your organization as well as my organization. So that's how the entrepreneurship works. It helps everybody else out also, and it helps ourselves also, so that whatever money we are making, we know that we are going to put it on the right cause only. So we are making money also. It's not just for social entrepreneurship.
Because if I were to choose how I would want it to work, if I was to choose how I want it to work, I would be happy to have your members become our members to take the courses. Sure. That's a simple way of doing it.
No problem. As whatever we can integrate, there is no issue at all. I don't have an issue. All my members are
because
your
I
members.
think the farm school.
All your members are my members.
My opinion is that the farm school need a team put together, and there's a, trust me, I've worked a lot with community, a lot.
Right.
So and they can take our courses and then they can do whatever they want.
Sure,
because
sure.
our courses are generic. It's about horticulture, about capacity building, you know, that kind of thing.
And as a matter of fact, Joanne,
that's how I see it right now.
Courses,
but I mean,
let me add on to it. Your courses and everything which you are teaching becomes part of Wheel of Life Farm School. We teach to everybody. That's what the objective is, right? So automatically it gets blended in.
Yeah. So.
Right.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that you can develop your farm school independently, and we can cooperate in terms of educating.
Sure.
I think that would be the best situation as I see it now.
No problem.
But
no problem. What I'm saying is this:
from what we're doing,
let's
we're
do it like this. No, let's do it like this. Whatever TQLMA club members are there, they will become your member. Okay. And you know, whatever membership you have currently, you enroll them into TQLMA club. So that's how the working relationship begins. So everybody collaborates, everybody has option. You run your organization independently. I do mine independently. There's nothing wrong in doing it.
Right.
It's very simple.
I think that's and then we can co-promote.
Co-promote. Very simple.
I like that.
And if you give me space, say to build a Wheel of Life Farm School in your
and what do your
garden,
members get?
I will also pay you for the rent and everything else, because you know you are owning the real estate over there, right? So it's a very working relationship. I operate my operation, you operate your operation, but whatever members we have, we collaborate.
And the other thing is exactly right. Yeah, I think that, and so it becomes, what it becomes is the Victory Gardens, they can just deal with you as a build on and deal with you separately.
Right.
And I think it's more entrepreneurial that way.
Correct, exactly. I will do joint venture agreement with every Victory Garden which you are forming.
I think I lost
the local community. Yep. All right.
All right, so I'm going to end it by saying that your members will become our membership costs at the moment.
Right.
And I'll talk to you. How many members do you have at the moment?
Well, at the moment about, I think, let's say about 1,000. In Pakistan, it is growing.
Okay, that's a good start.
Pakistan, it is growing. Yeah. You know, they are enrolling it in Uganda also. But the situation currently is this. They are all waiting for one account, whereby I've asked them not to send the money to Pakistan, because, you know, there are difficulties in terms of transferring small amount of money, because the cost of transferring money is large. So everybody is waiting to have an account whereby the money transfer can become really transparent.
And that's what I right now, I don't have the time to set up our financial.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So I'm currently we are in the business of setting up the financial accounts. And, you know,
so what I will have to do is we can do one of two things. Your members become our members, and we'll have to agree.
Correct. I agree.
Yeah, so we won't have to do any of the other financial stuff at all. What we'll do is, because I think you should set up your like an entity that deals with the farm school, whether it's in Pakistan or North America.
Correct.
You can have chapters. I mean, there's different ways of doing it.
Yeah. We already.
But I don't have the time to do that, is what I'm saying.
No. I understand. We have already developed it. What I'm simply saying is this: that, you know, you operate.
And I try to be honest. I try to be honest with people because I like to do things well, and I don't want to mislead you or anything like that. So.
Correct. And I'm sure you are not actually, you know, narrowing your scope, because, you know, if the Victory Garden can be there in every country, and, you know, it's a good model. I like the model because it is not conflicting with my model, because, you know, you are targeting communities. I'm targeting schools, farms, you know, colleges, universities. That's my target and focus.
Right.
So it's a completely synergistic collaboration. I'm also interested in uplifting the communities.
Right.
So,
Like I said, I think it's more of a collaboration than it is that if you can get someone to work with and develop I think Lloyd, you had him, but I think I didn't like the presentation at Queen's University. I thought it was very bad.
Right. Okay. I know, I mean, we need to work with them actually, and Queen's University, Dr. Fahim is ready to work with us. There's no issue at all. York is a fantastic model which we can build.
Right.
That's a project I want to acquire in Markham.
Right.
Okay, so all the opportunities which is available in Canada of getting this $1 billion from, rapid housing stuff and like that, you can lead that project. Because I think you are more qualified, as an entrepreneur. Because Lloyd is not an entrepreneur. Lloyd will help you with everything, and he is simply interested in running his kitchen. Okay, pay me some salary or stuff like that, and I'll do it for you. All right, he's not an entrepreneur. I know that for sure. Because I've been working with him for the last 5 years. Okay, so you are an entrepreneur. You know how to do this, get these things done entrepreneurially. So Markham, York University, Markham is your project. The contact person who's going to help you 100% is Dr. Fahim. He's 110% on board, Says, okay, Mufaddal, we will work on it. Dr. Fahim of, Fahim Kader of Queen's University.
From Queen's?
Yeah, from Queen's.
So he has agreed to do that project?
Yes, the York Markham campus. He has got all the right contacts and everybody. He knows everybody in York, works very closely with them. So we need to form a team, an organization which is going to execute the project. And maybe your organization can do it. You're right there.
Or the university could.
Yeah, the university could. Exactly. Why not?
We could be there. The university probably is a good entity.
Right.
Well, although their financing, you'll have to figure it out, but we could be their community partner.
Whatever the working mechanism is, we need to have an entrepreneurial body, okay? Not a social entrepreneurship. It's a for-profit body actually integrating climate smart construction and agriculture and everything into and providing that service for profit, not as an NGO. Okay, and that's what entrepreneurship is all about. Okay, so we are building
food for thought. I'll yeah. So I believe, Mufaddal, that Lloyd thinks that he's leading that housing initiative. So you'll have to sort that out.
No, what I'm simply saying is I made an offer to him and I've explained him quite a bit. He has not accepted my offer. I said, work full-time with me, become a director of SAM's TQLMA Global Canada. He's not accepted that position as yet. So if he's going to, he's always my friend and my partner and everything. I will always, help him out, in any fashion I can. But I cannot force people to become entrepreneur. It has to be initiated by them. I made my offer to him, and if he doesn't do it, somebody else will do it. Aubrey is an entrepreneur, okay? He's good. He likes doing things, entrepreneurially. So, you are an entrepreneur, and this is what we are talking about. Entrepreneurial lead should be there. Technologically and otherwise, Lloyd is a good associate, okay, of our own. We can guarantee him 10% more income than what he's making today. Engage him with you.
Yeah. So, like I said, I really, really want to think about this because I have quite a few offers on the table, as you would imagine.
Sure, I know.
And so
I know.
I look at things. What is the target? How is it? Can it be implemented?
Sure.
And if it can be, where does it get implemented? What is this infrastructure in place? Like, I'm very methodical when I look at a project.
Yes.
So I've done hundreds of projects, hundreds.
Wonderful, fantastic experience.
And I'm not hesitating. I'm just very methodical in what I choose to do. So.
Definitely. So we are actually, I'm similar. I'm like you. I am a little bit macho and bold because I like to dive in an ocean, although I don't know how to swim. But then I know I learn how to swim, once I'm in the ocean. So that's an approach I have. So I don't
Well,
have,
I
when
had-
people ask me questions, 2 billion mothers, you were the first one to ask me where it came from. I said, I Googled it. Okay,
Right.
and the Google gave me all the information about where the mothers are, in each
Right.
country, how many and stuff like that. So I loved that project, and my company is TQLMA because, it ends with Ma, which is mother, okay, in our language, So, and without serving Ma and without taking care of Ma, the family doesn't operate well. Okay,
Yeah.
so you have to be respecting the mothers, you have to be enabling the mothers, you have to make them the leaders and partners to support the family income, which is necessary,
If you could do me a favor, I'm going to read, I saw that you did a PowerPoint presentation, but if you could send me something where the component parts, like who's doing what, and do you have like a strategy document or anything like that?
You can create one. I mean, there's no issue specifically to this. I've developed it. There are a lot of links in it. One-page summary. I do an executive one-page summary, in my, presentations. So there are a lot of links there. You can, go to the links, study everything, and whatever questions you have, we can answer those questions.
Yeah.
I'm going
So
through the
for
same
example-
cycle with brother Sami also, because I met him a week ago, because of the gold transaction situation in Africa. And, so now he's also learning a lot of things. And I'm a quick learner, so I learned their systems. I've appreciated all the things which you have been doing. So I said, well, these are the good, right partners, okay? And Dr. Tamara came to me separately and said, okay, how can we work together in Houston? You have showed the interest right from the beginning, that we want to learn more and work together. Mariam Khan came exactly like that, asking me questions. Okay, and I answered their questions, I satisfied them, and the synergy developed, and they dived into it with me. So this is how I developed, people. Very, very recently, EACD. He was looking at all our C4 presentations and everything, which is getting publicized now. This gentleman, Stephen, looked at it and he says, well, I am from Ethiopia, Africa. I've created this East African, the community development, a very, very valid NGO in USA as well as in Ethiopia. And he wants to help everybody out in Africa, in East Africa, basically. So, this is how people join you. And they ask all the difficult and tough questions, and then you convince them, this is it. It's a win-win for everybody, and yourself, immediately for your family. That's my message to everyone, okay? If your family is in trouble, I will uplift your family first because you start from home. And then we move forward and, help everybody else out. So that's our approach. And that's how people are joining in.
Well, like I said, we'll continue to talk. I get,
Sure,
I just wanted to understand. Sorry?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to say that I really, it seems like I'm on everybody's hit list to be part of their organizations. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what do I say or do?
Joanne, I can recommend one thing.
Is that it's
no,
nice
I can recommend. I can recommend one thing.
Project, what is it? Who is doing it? How can it be implemented? That's my big thing.
No, I can.
Success.
I can simply recommend one thing, Joanne. I'm in a similar boat like you are in. Okay, bombarded with a lot of requests to come everywhere in the world to do the project. And I said, okay, I'm going to develop local teams. I'm available. I will work with them. So I download everything to people. I think we lost the connection.
Got off a minute ago.
Yeah. I think the connection was gone for a while. So I think with that note, let's continue. We will try to download whatever we know. We develop people like us, so they can actually perform like us in their local communities. And then that becomes a win-win situation and, load gets reduced from us. I mean, simple, okay? I mean, giving you a simple mechanism, make mothers like yourself. If you have more mothers like yourself, world will be a better place. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Because I've done my life, I've enjoyed my life thoroughly. Joanne, connection is bad. Are you there? Hello, Joanne.